Hi guys, this is F1 Racing Man, bringing you my first season play, or first race of my season play for F1 2011. And straight away I'm just going to show you, that's me, even though it's got the rest of his name on the outfit. That is me, I'm in the Force India. And this is kind of like a little bonus clip even before, so you got Glot, I'll just pass, but look at this. How many cars are there? Look, if you look on the mini-map, I mean, what is about 10 odd cars? I'm guessing about 10 odd cars on the mini-map, maybe more. But look at this line, it's absolutely huge, and this is on a free practice 2, just coming out of the pits. And I mean, come on, surely yes, cars are going to get back out onto the track. You even got DRS open, come on. But yes, they're going to come out on the track, but surely they should be going faster than this. Come on. I'm flipping lock my brakes trying to avoid some of the HRTs, but come on, look. They're going so slowly. I hope Codemasters does have a look at this, and then if the clip is over, then they can actually go and try and see what other buds and people have reported to this game. But look, that shouldn't happen to me. Look, there's about, I think I counted about 10 or 12 cars throughout that. But anyway, let's move on. So that's where I ended up in practice 2. I got second, 4 attempts off of Lewis Hamilton. So let's carry on right now and let's get into qualifying. So qualifying, it's in the wet. I didn't read it right. I should have carried on with practice 2 and done some wet running, but you skim these things. So yes, I need to qualify 15th or above in the wet in the Force India. It had its times and it had moments. So here's pretty much the only hot lap. You can tell why it is going to be the only hot lap. So this is the only hot lap I did in qualifying. So going across the line, very wet track. It's kind of a wet track, but it's suitable for intermediates. Not wet enough to actually go onto the full wet tyre. So into the first corner, I got this Lotus in the way of me, so I had to lift off really and try and get around him. Going down the track, normally I brake at a second red marker. I just brake before, like halfway in between the second and the third marker, so you get a good entry for in. Try not to spin the wheels, you can easily do that through these corners. Look, I nearly lost it there, but just left it for all, counter corrected it and carried on with my day. So going underneath these Pirelli tyres, just brake pretty much when you're about to cross that white line. That shows the split time, and I go fastest through the first sector, even though no one's actually posted the time yet. So I normally brake just before that second marker. Normally I brake at the second marker, but I didn't really know where the grip was on these opening laps. Now coming up to the second, going across to get the split time for the second sector. Brake about the LCD board on the right hand side to get a good line in. Just don't floor it, too hard, because like you just saw there, I nearly lost control of it. So brake just before getting the second marker board, because you don't know, maybe even on the second marker board in this. I kept on finding more grip and more brakes just a little bit after the second, but you never know these things on the first lap, especially if it's unknown conditions like it is there. I went slightly wide, I broke a bit too late. If I could locked the front left wheel as well. Brumi gets the fastest lap, but I think that's a 1:36.6, but I'm not really sure. But I go across the line into second place, about nearly 2 seconds down on him. Now this is the problem now. Some parts of the circuit have an invisible wall. A lot of people are saying about an invisible wall. I'm trying to get more speed now, brake slightly later than I was, but I do everything right, and this is where it is. Like, so I come into this corner, that's fine. Spin the wheels a lot, and then it dropped me a gear down, and I go my usual line, go wide and try and go through, and then bam, I just hit a wall and completely lost my front left wheel. And the annoying thing is, I couldn't even rewind it far back and actually use a flashback, because it already had the accident. I was so annoyed. I just thought, I'm not restarting this, I want to try and do it in one. So I did pretty much retire. As you can see here, I just go and retire, just say yes. So in the end, I got 18th. I didn't even make it out of the first qualifying session, which was really annoying in my view. So I just thought, sod it, let's just go to the rates, try my luck in there. So I'm starting 18th. I chose the prime tyres, just thinking, as I'm at the back, I might as well go for the longest stint at the back and see how far I can actually get up the field. Now, I don't think I've told you this, but I'm playing with the intermediate difficulty AI, so you got to be really careful, especially with intermediate. They've all the cars go really slow for the first corner, and they do take pretty much the inside and outside line. Especially here, look, I'm trying to find a way, and I just find a nice little way down the all the way down the inside. Lock my brakes just slightly, but I'm up to 6th place. Now I should really point out that I have tried it on different levels, and this is probably going to be more entertaining one. Unfortunately, like when I get my steering wheel back, I probably will put up like up one, or maybe up to legend difficulty, but people are saying it is still too easy on legend, but I will try and find out when I get my steering wheel. So I'm up into 6th place, going in, cut that corner slightly. I weren't really meant to, I was just thinking where the grip was, so normally I cut that corner, but I'm using all my curves to just try to see if I could do a Hamilton on Vettel. And I did, luckily enough. He was still on my right hand side, but I've got the racing line, so he had to back off. So now I'm pretty much up to P5 from P18, so I've gained like about 13 positions in the first lap alone. So I'm just trying to get some grip or get some heat in these tyres, just trying to do it. But I gotta find that it is quite hard to actually keep up with the AI, even on the intermediate, on the settings I play. Because I play with a control pad, it's quite difficult to get the steering input right. That you can see like little jolts of the steering wheel there. I'm just trying to do a little jolt as I can, try and do it smooth as possible. But it is really hard using a control pad, and I never really like using a control pad either. So, you know, when I get my steering wheel back, I will change it. So let me jump on to the end of lap 3. You can see Hamilton just entered the pits there. He's at the end of lap 3. His soft tyres are completely worn out. I think it's the same with Alonso. He pits as well. Yes, it is. Alonso and Hamilton are in the pits. And also, I think my teammate entered the pits this lap as well. I'm not really sure. But, yeah, I'm just trying to carry on and see my harder tyres go on. For, like, Webber's only a second up the road. So it does look good at the moment if I'm keeping to the pace of it goes on the soft tyres and I'm on harder. So I'm really doing quite well, especially keeping up there with Webber. But pretty much what my views are on the Australian track. Now I do like the Australian track. It's a really good track. I do love it. One of my personal favourites. Followed by Silverstone. That's a really good track now. So let me jump to lap 6. And I've done fastest middle set data. You can just see there 1.1. I think that's like 1.1 seconds behind Webber. Not really sure. It's quite a small screen that I'm watching the video on. So just going through the corners, as you can see there, my tyres are starting to wear out now. I'm in 2nd place at the moment because of people pit stops, including Webber, who pits now. So hopefully I can do a couple more laps and try and jump him at the pit stop phase. I really do hope so. Using all my curves for the final straight in about 180. So I'm about 7 tenths faster than I was before, and it's telling me to actually pit this next lap, as I do the fastest lap completely of the race. But at this time I thought these tyres are lasting me out. I'm doing faster set to time each lap, so I might as well keep on going, see how long these tyres will last, because you don't really want to pit really, but you do want to try and get onto that softer rubber much quicker. So let's jump now to near the end of the next lap actually, on lap 8 out of 12. I'm still going with these harder tyres, and I'm pretty much going to use every single bit of my curves. Well, I've got a little bit of curves because I'll definitely go pit this lap. So you've got Hamilton there, 19 seconds behind apparently. So I'm not sure if that will make it or not. I'm just hoping that it will. But anyway, coming into my pit stop. I don't know why the pit limit is on 36 miles per hour. Normally in the race it's about 50 or 70 miles per hour, but it's the same with all the cars. So I'm in the pits. Come on, team, get under 3 seconds. Oh damn, it's just over 4. I think it's about 4.6. But I'm coming out thinking, where's Hamilton? Where's Hamilton? Look at my mini map, and he's across the line now, and he's just jumped me. But the good thing is I've jumped Webber. So that is a bonus. So I've jumped Webber in the pit stops, and initially I was running 5th before everyone else pitted. So I've managed to jump 3 positions through the pit stop phases, which I'm really good. But as you look at my tyre temperature, it is so dead cold. So locking up the brakes there, going slightly wide, I can sense Webber coming right back on my gearbox. But I'm just trying to get some temperature in, and that is the most important thing in this game now. They've now interpret it that when you come out of the pits you've got cold tyres. You've got to be so careful in the opening lap to not lock up and not spin out, especially with no heat in tyres. So I'm taking my time trying to get these heats in, but I got Mark Webber catching me up, really catching me up on these harder tyres, and heated 2 more laps than me. But I can heat these up much quicker than the harder tyres. As you can see, there's 4 tenths behind me. I don't really look behind me that often unless I'm on a straight, so I'm trying to think, where the hell is he? Is he right on me? You can see there, just a minute there, the arrows just came up. I'm just trying to think, oh god, is this me losing second place? Like, my tyres are starting to warm up now, so I was all good, but I make a mistake, I lock up, went onto the marbles as well, so I got dirty tyres with marbles and the grass. But Webber's in the DRS zone, activation zone. I'll try and fend him off, but he's still coming to the right. He's in front of me, and I was so sad, but luckily softer tyres mean I can brake a lot later, so I've got a bit of advantage there to actually do that. So yeah, so I'm on lap 10. There's about 3 laps to go towards the end of the race, as Massa does the new fastest lap of the race. I think that's a 1:29.062. We'll jump onto the penultimate lap now at the start of the race. I'm beating him on 1:28.6 on my last lap. I think that is. It's a too small screen, the numbers are quite funny, so if I do say it wrong, guys, then I'm sorry. But I've run slightly wide. I'm on the softer tyres. They're heated up very nicely now for me. So I thought, let's try and catch up with Hamilton. Maybe impossible, but Hamilton has pitted on the end of lap 3, so he's had about 9 laps now on those harder tyres. I must be worn out by now, because I pitted lap 8 in lap 8, so he's pretty much run the same distance as me, and I'm running the same distance on soft tyres, but I've got the advantage of the track is being more rubbered in, so I can use these softer tyres to my advantage. So I'm 4.7 seconds down on Hamilton, and Webber's like 3.5 seconds behind. So if I don't make any mistakes, then I've definitely got second place, but it's matter of first place. But if you got this game, and normally the map is set to dynamic on the closest mode, I always set it to the circuit map just so I can see where the next car is and if there's any lap traffic. And as you can see, Hamilton's just coming down the home stretch now, and there's about 3 or 4 cars ahead just going into the first sector now. So if those cars go slow enough, then I've got a chance of actually catching Hamilton, trying to overtake him. So we're finally now on the final lap of the race. I'm still in second. I do another fastest lap. I'm the fastest car on the circuit right now. I'm so happy. I'm still trying to gun it, trying to get a bit more out of these tyres before these actually wear off. But yeah, this was a really fun race. It was great if I started from 18. I got up to got where I am now. I just hope I don't make a mistake now, using all the things. But I've noticed one thing in this game than the other one, that if you cut the corners you don't get a warning every single time. It's only when you majorly cut the corners, like I did on that first lap here, completely all 4 wheels off the track, and it gave me a warning. So it's really good that Codemasters have actually reduced the penalty system, but it's still, you can cut corners quite a bit now, and save a chunk of time really just by cutting corners. So through the second sector, I'm 2.6 seconds behind him now, 5 seconds in front of Webber, so I've gained time and away. But I just see a car in front. I'm thinking, is that Hamilton? I hope it's Hamilton because he's going so slowly, but I realise that now it is a HRT of a version of D'Ambrosio. Hamilton's just behind the train ahead. I didn't even get the DRS, which is quite annoying, but you know, what can you do? So Hamilton crosses the line in first place. I finished in second place. Really good from when I started in 18th position. So I was really happy with that result. Too bad about qualifying. I wish I did much better in qualifying. But that's pretty much it, guys. I finished second. That makes me second in championship and third in constructors because of Red Bull and McLaren getting a better result. But if you hope you enjoyed this, guys, I will put a full non-edited race, so if you do want to watch that, guys, it will be uploaded and ready for you to watch as I celebrate with my team for second place. Oh yeah, there's Hamilton, and there I think is Mark Webber. Hamilton's happy, first win of the season, makes his championship good. But I will all see you later, guys, and I hope you have a nice day. Take care now.